The horizontal movement of the little horn, pagan Rome. Now we will look at these verses in a little more detail. The horizontal movement of the little horn of Daniel 11. So here's the structure of Daniel 11:16 through 22. As you can see, there is a little more detail to it than what we saw previously. Here is verse 16 and the glorious land. Here are verses 20 through 22 and the prince of the covenant. And here are verses 17 through 19 and the face. Face, face, face. Returning to verses 20 through 22, let's examine the chiasm here. Layer 1 of the chiasm of verses 20 through 22. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom. But within few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom. But he shall come in peaceably, and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Verses 20 and 21. Yea, also the prince of the covenant shall be broken. Verse 22b. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes. A raiser of taxes? Who is that? The context is the prince of the covenant. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Luke 2:1. According to the Bible, the raiser of taxes is Caesar Augustus, under whom the birth of Christ, the Prince of the Covenant, occurred. Note, the face of verses 17 through 19 is Julius Caesar. We will see this in detail later. Then shall stand up in his, Julius Caesar's, estate a raiser of taxes, Caesar Augustus. Verse 20. Anyone can verify this from history. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person. A vile person? Who is that? Who stood up in Caesar Augustus's estate? Once again, the context is the Prince of the Covenant. Now in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar, Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea, and Herod being tetrarch of Galilee, Annas and Caiaphas being the high priests, Luke 3:1 and 2. Named in the Bible, according to history, the vile person who stood up in Caesar Augustus's estate is Tiberius Caesar, under whom the crucifixion of Christ, the Prince of the Covenant, occurred. Shall be broken, being a reference to the Prince of the Covenant's crucifixion. Layer 2 of the chiasm of Daniel 11+. Verses 5 through 12:3. The parts of layer 2 pertaining to the Jewish nation. But he that cometh against him shall do according to his own will, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. Verse 16. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken. Verse 22a. The glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. What is this talking about? With the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken. What is this talking about? And the people of the Messiah the Prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. Daniel 9:26b. Note, a flood is mentioned in both Daniel 11:22a and Daniel 9:26b. The people of the Messiah the Prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. The Jewish rebels. The end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. The Romans. The Jews are the cause or action. The Romans the effect or reaction. Now let's analyze the texts a little closer. He, the little horn of the north, king of the north, Rome, shall stand in the glorious land, Judea, the promised land of the Jews, which by his hand shall be consumed. And the people of the Messiah the Prince that shall come, the Jews, that is, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. And the end thereof shall be with a flood, the Roman army, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. And with the arms of a flood, the Roman army, shall they, the Jews, be overflown from before him, Rome, and shall be broken. Putting it all together now, Rome shall stand in Judea, which by his hand shall be consumed. And the Jews, because of their rebellious nature, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. And the end thereof shall be with the Roman army, and unto the end of the Jewish-Roman wars desolations are determined. And with the Roman army shall the Jewish nation be overflown from before Rome, and shall be destroyed. What is the broken here? What is its significance? Returning to the full layer of the chiasm, they, the Jewish nation, shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant shall be broken. Be broken is sacrificed? Recall the two alternatives. 1. We accept Christ's sacrifice, or 2. We become the sacrifice. The Jewish nation rejected Christ and his sacrifice, so they became the sacrifice. Yes, indeed, I do believe there is ample proof that the be broken does mean sacrificed. Returning once again to our focus on verse 22a, note that it mentions overflown. With the arms of a flood shall they be overflown. Why this language? Why a flood and overflown? Judea was cleansed by a flood of the Jewish nation, cleansed of the people, the temple, etc. Jerusalem and the temple are destroyed during the Great Revolt in AD 70. The Jews revolt again in AD 132 through 136, the Bar Kokhba revolt, which results in 1. Jerusalem being rebuilt as a Roman polis named Aelia Capitolina, and the Jews forbidden to enter. 2. The majority of the Jewish population of Judea being either killed, exiled, or sold into slavery, and the Jews become a minority in Judea. And 3. Judea being renamed Syria Palestina. A flood. Nearly 1/3 of the entire army of the Roman Empire participated in the Bar Kokhba revolt. Yes, a flood indeed. Returning again to the structure of Daniel 11+, we note that this is a simplified view of its structure.